You guys, this is unscheduled programming, and you can tell that I mean business because I'm clapping on every syllable for some reason. This video was not planned. This is just something that happened, and I had to tell y'all it's an emergency. You guys, I detangled my entire head of hairs in half an hour. This is unprecedented. If you've been riding with me for a while, you already know that I've got a history of extremely long detangling sessions. 3 hours was my average for a very long time. Since incorporating my detangling routine that I mentioned in this video, I managed to cut that down to about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours on a bad day, sometimes a little more on a really bad day. But for the first time in my life, I detangled my hair in like half an hour. Truth be told, I'm sure my hair was detangled in well under half an hour when I was a kid growing up and my mom would just rip through my hair with a pick. But since taking care of my own hair, I understand that it's going to take a long time because I need to be gentle so that I don't rip through my hair. So the idea of getting through my entire head of hair detangling in half an hour is insane to me. Here's what happened. Here it is Saturday night, hanging out with the boyfriend, catching up on some Bloodline, little Netflix and chill. And I say, hey, I should wash my hair tomorrow because I got some things coming up. I'm going out of town next weekend. Let me try to squeeze it in tomorrow on Sunday so that I don't have to miss more time that I'd like to wash my hair. Let me throw some Prepoo in there. Now, prior to all of that, I had just completely on impulse decided to mix up a little kind of Prepoo concoction. From time to time this happens where I'll just get all mad scientist in my kitchen and I'll take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And when I'm actually being somewhat clever about it, I write down what I put together in case I like it and I want to do it again, or in case I don't like it but I know there's only a couple things that I want to tweak. So for whatever reason, completely on impulse, I mixed up this Prepoo mix that wasn't my typical coconut water, vinegar, and water, spritz, 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 go on top of that with coconut oil, sleep in it overnight, wash my hair the next day. That's what I usually do. This time I was just like, I'm gonna try something else. So I get the little Prepoo mix that I had mixed up out of the fridge because the ingredients in it, which I'm about to get to in a second, it just made sense to refrigerate it to kind of keep it from separating. So I started applying this crap to my hair and immediately I'm able to rake my fingers through the first section. I panic and I say, what is this sorcery? Boyfriend, get the phone and film this, please. So mercifully, I had the foresight right away to know that something special was happening and I could have perhaps created the greatest Prepoo of all time. So here you guys can see me just putting it in my hair, and I mean, this is more or less in real time. I'm gonna do very little editing because I just want you guys to see how quickly I'm able to get through a section of my hair. I mean, the fastest I think I've ever been able to detangle my hair in full, and that includes like since shaving one of my sides, and as you can see I'm starting to grow that out officially / unofficially. But anyway, the fastest I've ever been able to detangle my hair ever is an hour 15 minutes. This is less than half as long as that for my whole head. It's not very practical to actually show you guys this in real time, but realistically, like each section was taking me around 5 minutes. I had medium large sections and I was just blazing through them with this miracle concoction. I'll confess I feel a little irresponsible coming on here and even sharing this with you because I've only tried it the one time, but I feel like it doesn't hurt to share this with you because if this is consistent for me, if this consistently works and helps me get through my hair, I wanted to tell you guys as soon as possible. If I'm able to detangle my hair consistently around half an hour, game changer. I would have loved to have come on here and had like 6 months of using this formula and perfecting it to share with you guys, but I'm just so amazed by the first time I tried it that I felt like I wanted to just come on here and tell you guys anyway. Mind you, this is on hair that had been in twist for exactly 3 weeks, which is pretty normal for me. I tend to wash my hair every 3 to 4 weeks now just because that's the way my schedule's been lining up, and it's been that way for quite some time, so I'm pretty familiar with how long it will take my hair to be detangled after about that length of time. And after 3 weeks of not being detangled at all, 30 minutes to do my whole head is unprecedented. It's completely unheard of. The shed hairs were just sliding out. I was able to like rake my thumb through, which is primarily how I do my detangling. It's not like I'm raking all of my fingers through. I find that it's more effective for me to go with a thumb, and I was just running down those sections, twisting it up and moving on. It was great. So once again, this recipe, I've only tried it the once, but I am definitely going to be continuing using it and maybe experimenting with it, seeing if maybe I can improve it even further. So I didn't put anything fancy in it like emulsifying wax to keep the ingredients from separating or anything like that. I literally just mixed it up one night on a whim a few days before this somewhat unscheduled wash day, and it worked out swimmingly. The first thing that's in it is 3 ounces of extra virgin coconut oil. Duh, that's my jam. The next ingredient is 3 ounces of any conditioner you like that has a lot of slip in it. In my case, I use Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle. I've been using that one for years. 1 ounce of coconut water vinegar. You could probably substitute apple cider vinegar as well if you don't have coconut water vinegar, but this, I'm just telling you what I use. 1 ounce of coconut cream. I've shown you guys that ingredient in several videos now. You can get it at a local Indian grocery store if you like, but make sure when you buy your coconut cream, the only ingredient in it is coconut. And then to all that, I added essential oils. That day, I just happened to be feeling carrot seed oil, rosemary, and tea tree, and then I also added some lime essential oil for fragrance. The essential oils are just a little bit of extra TLC in the mix. It's not completely necessary. I think in terms of what actually made it perform in my hair, it was the combination of using coconut oil, which is great, and I will not wash my hair without pre-pooing overnight with coconut oil anyway. Then getting the slip in there from the conditioner, the acid from the coconut water vinegar, because I know that acids help to kind of detangle my hair already. And lastly, the coconut cream, because I have noticed that when I add that to my conditioners, it seems to almost like relax my curls a little bit when I'm applying it. So I was just like, all right, let's put in some of that too. So initially when I was mixing all that stuff up, I was just like, I'm just gonna include like all of my all-star ingredients, put them together and see how it goes. Once I whisked all of that up, I put it in my fridge so that the ingredients could set up a bit, because left to their own devices, they will separate. Again, I don't have any emulsifying wax or anything in there to keep the oils from separating from the water-based products. And that's pretty much it. If you leave it in the fridge like overnight or anything like that, it will completely harden because it does have the coconut oil and the coconut cream in it. But if you let it sit out and come up to maybe like almost room temperature, it'll be a really nice creamy consistency, super easy to apply. That was how I mixed up for this first batch because again, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of felt like whipping something together and trying it out, but I used almost all of it. This has been in my fridge, so as you might not be able to see because it's completely white. It's quite hard, but it is all the way down to here. So yeah, I used almost all of it, but it's fine because all the ingredients in it are very inexpensive, so I've got no problem with that. And not to mention, I really loaded up my hair with it. I mean, I really wanted to make sure that I was getting everything nice and coated because this was also serving as my pre-poo, so the fact that it detangled my hair so well was great because initially my plan was to just put this in as my pre-poo and then deal with detangling my hair the next day right before I washed my hair. So it was quite serendipitous to find out not only could I detangle with this, I could detangle with it amazingly fast. I just had to come on here and tell you guys about this because I'm so excited and hopeful that these results remain consistent. As you can see, I am not a beat face today. I'm just barefaced, coming on here, coming at you guys with some hopefully helpful information. And if it does turn out that I have in fact created the best pre-poo / detangler of all time fam, you're welcome in advance. Oh, and we are also in the final stretch of Juicy in July. The challenge wraps up on this Thursday, the 28th. Let me know if you guys are going to be jumping on the Lose It app with me. I've really been digging into it and liking these new features. By the way, if you have not already snagged your free month of premium, I will leave all the information in the description box because the code is still good until this Thursday when Juicy in July wraps up, so you still have time. And it's definitely gonna come in handy, for me at least, when I start the next challenge in August. So hopefully you guys will be joining me for that challenge as well and making sure that we are getting our bodies right and tight. That is it. I gotta go. I got stuff to do and I got more time to do it because my detangling didn't take all damn day. Thanks for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm gonna tell you that now.